My name is Susie Zwerman, and I am the studio executive producer for Exceptional Minds, a school and studio for adults on the autism spectrum. I'm really excited about being here today. I got involved with Exceptional Minds because my best friend, Judy Bennett, she started the school. This is her on the left, sitting down, and this is me sitting next to her. We are working together on a film set in New York many, many years ago. Judy's son, Noah, is on the autism spectrum. I became his mentor once we discovered his love for animation. Here we are at the EM studio in front of the Doctor Strange poster, a film we worked on together. Exceptional Minds Academy was opened in 2011 by Judy and a group of parents who had teenagers on the autism spectrum. They wanted a solution to the lack of post-high school educational services and training for people with autism. We offer hands-on experience in the studios so that the artists can build their resumes with professional credits while improving their skills. We started in a small room of just 10 students, about 800 square feet. Judy asked me after the third year, when they graduate, where they're gonna go? What are we gonna do? So we looked at each other and said, let's just build a visual effects studio. And so we did. We built a visual effects studio, and because of my background of 20 years as a visual effects producer, I was able to convince the studios to come on board and give these artists a chance. Here are the original 4 artists that started in our studio. From left to right, Eli, Chris, Patrick, and Lloyd. We provide customized curriculum that builds on our students' interests and passions. Currently, students are required to commit to an area of specialization in either visual effects or animation. They receive 3 years of specialized training to prepare them for entry-level jobs within these fields. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, 84% of adults with autism are unemployed or underemployed. Being a great employee requires more than just technical skills. It requires communication and interpersonal skills that can be a challenge for people with autism. Alongside our technical classes, we provide 3 years of instruction in the areas of soft skill training, interview practice, portfolio building, and career path planning. We have a dedicated team that provides behavior and employment support to studios for the artists and their direct supervisors at the facilities. We teach problem solving, encourage internships, and do field trips. You know, anything to get into the environments that they will someday work in. Here is some of the software we're currently training in. We believe in teaching our students a very wide variety of programs in order for them to stay competitive in a very competitive industry. We instruct in all the major VFX programs like After Effects, Nuke, and Mocha. Exceptional Minds has completed 62 features, 51 television shows, 35 title jobs, and 40 animation jobs since we opened the studio in 2014. That was 5 years ago. We are so lucky to have the industry support this incredible school and studio. In fact, the last 3 years, we have opened up an animation studio, so we are now getting into the 2D animation work as well. They are amazing, amazing workers and terrific artists, as you will see in a minute. Exceptional Minds bridges the gap between what studios need and a talent pool that didn't have much in the way of opportunity until now. This is our first graduating class with Victoria Alonso, who is the Executive Vice President of Marvel Studios. She is an amazing woman and is the keynote speaker today at SIGGRAPH. Here on the left is Emmanuel, our lead visual effects supervisor, with our original 4 artists. We now have 20 artists on the autism spectrum working in our studio. Victoria gave us a big break in working for Avengers, doing marker removal work. And we used paintwork in Nuke. The studio has worked on many professional jobs, and here are some of our films: Star Wars, Doctor Strange, Solo, Guardians of the Galaxy, War of the Planet of the Apes. And wait, there's more. Green Book, First Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Avengers Endgame. Exceptional Minds artists have worked on 3 of the 5 2019 Oscar nominees for Best Visual Effects. Never in our dreams did the founders of Exceptional Minds expect that our artists would be working on Oscar-nominated movies. Exceptional Minds graduates have worked at Marvel Studios, Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Stargate Studios. So here is a list of the type of work that we do. It's mainly, 2D type of VFX type work. So the saying where they say, let's just fix it in post? Well, we're the ones that fix it in post. We have changed their lives. For many of our graduates, getting a job means being able to get an apartment, drive a car, and live independently. They feel like they are accomplishing something in their lives and are so happy to work in this industry. It's truly been life-challenging. Studios who hire us overwhelmingly come back to us to do more work. Why? Because these artists are good at it. We find that many studios today are looking for ways to include people with disabilities. Our methods have been applied to their inclusion programs overall. So here is a sample of some of our work. Game of Thrones. We did snow removal on the actors' faces. 2D beauty work. We used Nuke paint, cloning from surrounding skin texture, as well as a transform mask combined with rotomats to offset the footage. My All American, this is Roto for compositing, exclusively used Mocha for tracking, and Roto combined with After Effects. And you can see on the mat work there that we had to separate the football players from the back so that the vendor could put in the digital extras. Now You See Me Too. Monitor burn-in. This is a combination of Mocha tracking and Nuke compositing. The Good Doctor. Split comp, 2 different performances put together, typically 2 plates. The artist used Nuke to stabilize and match move multiple shots, along with retiming to match the reference. For Thor, we had to remove the spots on the gloves, paintwork. Our supervisors implemented the smart vector workflow, which tremendously helped with the shadow changes. Pitch Perfect 3 for Universal Studios. Here we did blue screen keying, roto and compositing. We used key light for blue screen keying and spill suppression for the majority of our compositing. Black Panther, this is a boom mic removal. We also do equipment removal. And this is marker removal, as well as set cleanup and retime using Chronos. We creative clean plates in Nuke using the Roto paint and frame hold. Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is green screen comp. We use key light for green screen keying, spill suppression, and compositing. Captain Marvel. This is wire and marker removal. Clean plating. We use 3D tracking for the wire connected to the window. And in the same film, we did a split comp using Nuke's planar tracking algorithm. We're able to handle the camera motion with a combination of paint, frame holds, and roto. First Man. Here we did dust busting and scratch removal. We painted each frame in the quadrants to help the artists manage the overwhelming amount of dust hits. And here you can see some of the scratches we did. And this is the clean plate. Here you can see thousands of dots and scratches we removed. So for those of you who shoot in film, who are you going to call? Dustbusters. We also do end title call, title work. We create the titles in Adobe and render them in Nuke. So from Avengers Infinity War, we figured out the best font, speed, spacing, and there we are, our names, as well as the logo and size of the logos at the end. Here they are, working and fulfilling their dreams of working in the industry. We are working with other educators to share what we know about how to educate this population, which can be helpful to others on the spectrum with different skill sets. Thank you, Foundry, for allowing us to present today at SIGGRAPH. Thank you.